Hi guys, it's your dude, Sober Chef Eric, back once again. Now, what do you make when it's 3 degrees out and it's in the afternoon? Hint, you make soup. But before you make soup, you could also make some hot chocolate. That's right, Ellis hot chocolate, baby. Yeah, that's how I rock. But for this recipe, I'm going to be using one of my Christmas gifts for my brother, his wife, and my nephews Colby and Ben. Thanks, Neil, Stacy, Colby, Ben. Love you guys. All right, look at this bad boy. Oh yeah, as you can tell, never been used. Never been used. Oh yeah. That's almost 11 pounds of wonderfulness right there. And that's not even counting the lid. So hang out after this intro and I will be right back and we're going to make some delicious potato soup. Yeah, boy! Alrighty guys and gals, welcome back. Alright, now as you can see in this pot, I've got one stick and I personally am using Country Crock plant-based, one stick, quarter pound of butter, whatever you want to call it, and so 4 ounces. Now, like I say, this recipe is going to be quick and easy. Now what I got right here is called a recipe starter. Yeah. Now that is one 12-ounce bag. Kroger calls it recipe starters, but it's Mirepoix. Mirepoix. That is French, and basically it means equal parts carrots, celery, and white onion. Now, sure, if you want and test your knife skills and get really good, you know, you can do those on a small dice and do 4 ounces of carrots, which is going to be, you know, one big one, couple medium ones, whatever. Or you could do, 4 ounces of celery, which is probably going to be 3 to 4 stalks, maybe 2 if they're large ones. If you're using the inner tender ones, it's probably going to be a little more. And then 4 ounces of onion, which is probably going to be a nice medium-sized white onion. So, that's not the only shortcut we're taking today, ladies and gentlemen. No. For the potatoes, I got a 2-pound bag of diced potatoes. Yeah, and a lot of people would just call those hash browns. Some call them southern style, some call them country. It just depends. Just don't get the shredded stuff. It's not going to turn out as good. I mean, it'll taste the same, but it's going to have a funky consistency. Now, one thing you want to know when you're cooking with enamel-lined cast iron pots, never put them in the dishwasher. Never. Nope, don't do it. Not good. Gonna waste all that money on a beautiful piece of equipment to mistreat it. Shame on you. For shame. Yeah, you might have noticed I did something different with the mustache. With my new job, I can't have a long beard. So, just to be a little more unique and everything, I'm growing the mustache out. It's not where I want it to be, but it's starting to get there. And so, now I don't like this dish to be super salty or peppery. I like people to just be able to season on their own, and I know a lot of chefs hate that. Well, guess what? I'm not most chefs. I am Sober Chef Eric. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to saute these for a minute, and when I come back, we'll continue with the recipe. Alrighty guys, now just so you know, I'm going to be taking this over to my buddy's house tonight. Just a couple of us are getting together, gonna watch a UFC pay-per-view. Legally, we pay for it. We don't do those other things that aren't nice, that UFC's starting to crack down on. But, so, you know, cold day, nice potato chowder soup. You know, it's thick enough to call it chowder. My mom might call it a stoop, which is a combination between soup and stew. So, now, like I say, a shortcut I took was I bought a 2-pound bag of hash browns, and I also put them in the microwave and did them. See, they're not cooked, but they're completely thawed. So now that all those veggies, not looking to caramelize them, I would have used less butter if that was the case. Using them because Mirepoix, they're aromatics and they get used in a lot of sauces and soups and stuff like that. And the reason being is these three have, especially the carrots, have a high natural fructose to them. And that's one reason they all caramelize so well, is those natural fructoses that are high heat caramelize. Well, we're not caramelizing, just cooking. So now we're going to put that whole 2-pound bag of potatoes. Yeah. If you know that reference, leave a message down below. Oh, and if you guys like what I'm doing and you want to see more, real simple and easy. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I put out new content. And right now I'm just doing cooking videos, and those are going to be up Sunday nights, Monday at the very latest. And then in a couple weeks I'm going to be starting a live stream. I don't have a name for it yet, but basically it's going to be about talking about mood disorders. And the reason I use the term mood disorders is because when you say mental health, everybody, or mental illness, everybody already has kind of a preconceived notion. Well, when you say mood disorders, they know, or they don't know, but they ask. And that opens up a dialogue. And that way they can, you know, it turns into a really good conversation. So it's all going to be about speaking about mental health, sobriety, all forms of recovery, and reducing the stigma around those. Now, granted, our society's getting a little better, but long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Long way to go on taking care of our people that are struggling with mood disorders and substance abuse. With all the different crises going on right now, you just throw that on top of it, man. I mean, right now, suicides are up 30%, lapses are up 30%, overdoses 30%. I mean, it's across the board, you know, and on average, before COVID, we were losing 22 veterans a day. That is just despicable in a civilized country that's supposed to be one of the superpowers to allow the people to put their lives on the line. Man, all right, that's a topic for another discussion. All right, so what I got here, I got 1 quart of your all natural, all organic, vegan, culinary treasures, low sodium vegetable broth. Gluten free, no sugar added, no artificial flavors or colors, vegan. Now, my friends aren't plant-based or anything like that. And you don't have to make this plant-based. You know, if you're not plant-based, I'm just, you know, that's the way I like it. But, you know, you can use chicken broth if you like. And I'm going to be using oat milk. But if you like, you can use whole milk or skim milk or whatever. You know, make it your recipe. Make it your own. You know, maybe, how about adding, who knows, maybe a can of corn, potato and corn chowder. How about using some leeks, potato leek soup? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Yeah. So I added 1 quart right there. Now we're going to add 1 quart oat milk. And there's still things I like real dairy in, you know, ice cream being one of them. But oat milk for me, for cooking and flavor-wise and for my cereal and stuff, I don't miss milk that much. The only thing I miss milk in is ice cream. Yeah, fat kid loves ice cream. Big surprise. All right. Now, as you can see, it's going to have some nice color to it. It's not just going to be a bland looking soup. And then what the magic ingredient's going to be to thicken this up. A lot of people will use a roux, which is a combination equal parts fat and flour. Well, I'm making this gluten-free. So, an old restaurant trick, hack if you may, kitchen trick that I learned, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. No, I probably learned it about 25 years ago. For a thickening agent and soup, if you don't want to use a roux, or you've used a roux but it's still not quite as thick as you want it to be, little trick, instant mashed potatoes. That's right, kitchen hack, kitchen hack. All right, so I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes, and when I come back, I'm going to show you how to thicken it. All right, see you in a bit. Alrighty, guys and gals, dudes and dudettes. Alright, I had it simmering for about 30 minutes, and as I do, I taste my food while I'm cooking, and the flavor level just wasn't up to par. Yeah, I like flavor. Why bother cooking bland food? Don't do it. So, got out my handy dandy trusty Better Than Bouillon. Added 2 tablespoons to that bad boy in there. Yeah, now we're talking flavor. Now we're talking flavor. That's right. So now we got it simmering. And another reason I don't like putting black pepper in something like this is looks like fly poop. Yeah, you heard it. Fly poop. Didn't think you were going to hear that today, did you? I don't think so. All right, so I've got 2 cups instant mashed potatoes, and you want to wait till the soup's hot. I'm talking like, you know, over 150 degrees boiling, you know, simmering at least. And the trick is, so you don't get clumps, add a little bit of time while you've got a little motion to the ocean. And talk about a super easy way to thicken something. See, as you can see, it's already getting thicker. Now, like I say, I'm starting with 2 cups because, and I'm just adding little by little because what have I told you before? You can always add more, you can't take it out. Yep, I know, I'm a broken record on that. But it's true. It's through. Might add a little bit too much there, but if you get a clump of potatoes in potato soup, not a big surprise. Yeah, potato soup contains potatoes. All right, now it's getting there. Do you notice this left hand stirring? Yeah. Ambidextrous much? Yeah, I can saute with either hand. Because back in the day, working saucier, you know, you'd be working 8 pans at a time. And if you're just doing it with one hand, guess what? You ain't going to be working that station much longer. Oh, yeah. Another way you can tell it's starting to get the consistency that I'm looking for is those bubbles are going to have some pop to them. They're not just going to come up to the surface. They're going to see how they're coming up a little bit by a little bit. You can also see, oh, I guess I should do that towards the camera. See, that's still a little thin, or loose, as we like to call it. And if it takes the whole 2 cups, I'll be surprised. But, you know, I've got more. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I got more. So one reason that my live stream is going to talk about recovery is because I've been in recovery. I went in recovery for my mental health. I went to the psych ward on July 2nd, 2011. And, you know, got out of the psych ward, started working on myself, and my psychiatrist was like, listen, if you want me to have a chance in hell of helping you out, you got to quit drinking, quit playing ping pong with that brain chemistry. And that was just kind of the kick in the butt that I needed. Now, granted, I was a very functional alcoholic. You know, successful work career, no successful relationships. That really wasn't due to the alcohol. That was more due to me hating myself. And it's hard to love others when you hate yourself. So, alright, now we're starting to get there. See how those bubbles are starting to change? Yeah, that's kind of, we're almost there. Wow. Look, got just under a cup left now. So in the recipe down below, you know, I'll put exactly how much I used of everything, as I always do. And the yield on this is going to be about 3/4 of a gallon. You know, I'll reserve a bowl for my pops because this is one of my dad's favorite soups. And the reason it's one of his favorites is one of my great uncles owned a restaurant in Manitou Springs, Colorado. He owned other ones with other great uncles, but it was called the House of Prime Rib. And it was known for its prime rib, and it was known for its potato soup. And what he would do is he would use the baked potatoes from the night before, and he would put those in the soup, and they would kind of break down and act like the thickener. What I'm using, oh yeah, see how those bubbles are popping? That's exactly what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, so now I can reduce the heat. Oh man, too bad we don't have smell-a-tube. As soon as I figure that out, I'll be worth millions and I'll put YouTube out of business. I'm kidding. Don't take my channel down. I love YouTube. Oh, man. Look how creamy. Look how creamy. 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 So lovely and creamy. Now, if you do add too much, you know, simple save, add some vegetable stock to it, or if you're using chicken stock, whatever. And you could even use this recipe, you know, you could leave out some of the potatoes and add some cooked diced chicken or shredded chicken, you know, and you could add some corn, and you got chicken and corn chowder. Yeah, see, I'm making these recipes easy for you. Yeah, and what I want you to do is, you know, hopefully I'm not your first intro into cooking. And if I am, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you checking out my channel. But I want you guys to get confidence in yourself and confidence in your cooking. And then you can cook people for the food you love like I do. Now I'm going to give this a taste because I'm going to be wrapping this up and taking it to my friend's house. Oh. Oh. Dude. Dude. Oh, and dudettes. Yeah. That is money. Well, guys and gals, thank you so much for checking out my channel. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. That really helps the channel more than anything. And, you know, subscribe, comment. Yeah, if you know where I got potatoes from, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Be greatly appreciated. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. Just put a comment in there. It takes a couple seconds. You've already spent a few minutes watching the video. So, you know, have a great day, you guys. And remember, life's too short to eat bad food.